A question commonly asked by atheists is that why is there infinite punishment for finite crime? Why is a person doomed to hellfire for eternity for committing an eternal or finite crime? Why is there eternal punishment for finite life? In this video, we will address this question and its absurdity. You see, this statement assumes that it's justice and fair for a person to be punished for the duration of the crime committed. Extend this logic to an arsonist that burns down a house. It took him only 15 minutes to destroy properties and kill an entire family. By this logic, he should face justice for only 15 minutes and be imprisoned for that time period. So, the duration of the crime is not equal to the length or severity of the punishment. Human life is finite. Human minds can't even comprehend 4D beings even standing in front of, and is finite. So humanity's morality compass, how an individual knows right from wrong, is also not exhaustive and comprehensive. Now suppose that there existed a silicon-based life in the outer arm of the Black Eye galaxy, and they lived up to 250 Earth years, but they're ejected into space. Anybody, let's call them the attackers, that committed crimes that are trivial in human eyes, like stealing. This will be immoral in the perspective of humanity, but if you factor in their predisposition to affect others with action, since attackers will mirror the actions they see in front of them and will become quantum entangled with the person committing the act, and they have no bony or hard structure protecting their aura mater, brains in human terms, and because stealing will be mirrored and spread fast, it will affect the whole population, similar to the spreading of diseases. Hence, they are put in capsules with the attackers that are mirroring them in the moment as sacrifices, unfortunately. So in this context, stealing leads to others carrying its burden and resulting in the deaths, because the attackers become quantum entangled with the person, with the attacker that's committing the crime. And so they have to be ejected to stop the mirroring, and the ones that get quantum entangled with the thief face the same fate. So the ejection to doom or space starts making sense in human perspective. Therefore, the acts that constitute hellfire is equally big as well, though they may seem trivial in humanity's eye. Now, because God is the source of all objective morality and He's just, He decides who enters and who doesn't. Nobody is sentenced into the hellfire will complain about being a victim of injustice or transgressed. Rather, they will blame themselves, and there's always going to be a risk-reward with the hellfire. There's two infinite rewards for finite life, and so both are consistent and cancel each other out. Unless it was just infinite punishment for finite crime and finite rewards for finite good, there would have been a problem, but it's not, so it checks out. Everybody is given the free will and the chance, though it's only one, and shown the way. Ultimately, it's themselves that lead themselves to hellfire. But again, this prompts another question. Why can't they be given a second chance? Why are they condemned? Surely, once they have seen and experienced the horrendous sight that it is hellfire, they will believe. Unfortunately, this isn't the case. You see, the way one conducts themselves throughout this life is comprehensive of everything about them, and they will make the same choices even if they were restarted again and again and again with no memory in it. And even if they were given back their memory, they will still continue on their way and return back to what they were committing, since humanity has a tendency to forget. And so this is actually confirmed by Surah Al-An'am, بَلْ بَدَا لَهُم مَا كَانُوا يُخْفُونَ مِنْ قَبْلِ وَلَوْ رُدُّوا. Even if they were returned, لَعَادُوا لِمَا نُهُوا عَنْهُ, they will return back to what they were warned against, وَإِنَّهُمْ لَكَاذِبُونَ, and they are liars. So either they remained in the fire, they will find themselves, even if they were removed from the fire, eventually they will still find themselves in it again and again and again and again and again. You see, everybody was given the chance. The ones that took advantage are going to enjoy eternity with joy, whilst the ones opposites will experience pain only. Both bodies will be enlarged, and both will have a different perspective and different pain perceptions. One will have pleasure and the other one will pain, but the perception will be, of course, different. So, and also the more severe ones will be the more deeper into the hellfire. Another question that atheists always bring forth is, why is it a person that does so-called good in this world is going to suffer the same fate as the one that does bad in this world, since both died as, unbelievers? But that is wrong. You see, the ones that did less crimes will have less punishment in terms of the level of hellfire they'll be put in. The ones that committed the more crimes will be in the more depths of the hellfire, and hence will feel the more pain and more torture for them. However, the ones that will have not committed the at least more severe will be in the shallower parts. So everything else checks out. A quick recap. In this video, we explored the question of eternal punishment for finite crimes. We began by debunking the notion that the duration of a crime should equal the length of punishment, using an arsonist example to illustrate the flaw in this logic. We delved into the complexity of justice, emphasizing that it goes beyond mere time saved. We then ventured into the limits of human morality, highlighting the boundaries of our understanding through a hypothetical scenario involving an alien civilization. We demonstrated how morality can vary drastically based on context and biology. Next, we delved into the concept of divine morality and justice, explaining how it's considered the source of objective moral values. We discussed free will and individual accountability in religious belief about eternal punishment, addressing why second chances may not be granted. Lastly, we explored the idea that the divine justice balances eternal punishment with eternal rewards, creating a system of moral accountability, aka cancelling each other out. Jazakallah khairan for listening, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.